Alright, it looks like everything is up and running, so we can go and get started with live stream. Hello guys and gals, welcome back to a little more Farming Simulator Live with me, Mr. Moose. Tonight, working on Manchester, no forestry for you guys, so you don't have to sit through that. Anyways, you'll notice there is a new look to the screen. I've changed a few things up. Let me switch over to actual farm sim though. There we go. So in the interest of making the archive of the live stream a little more interactive so people can see what's actually going on in the chats and things like that, I've started working on an overlay for the live stream in OBS. And I'm interested to see what you guys think about it. So if you're watching the archive of this, make sure you leave a comment in the video and let me know if you like it or if you don't like it, if it's too much. I'm not sure if I'm in love with the colors and everything. I've been messing around with it and trying to come up with a layout that I really like. My objective for it, and I will go over it a little bit later on, is to make it for those who are watching the live stream to have some information up there. As well as for those who are watching this, in the archive, to be able to keep up with what was going on in the live stream and not feel like you're missing something that was going on in the chat. So that's the whole idea behind it. So just turn the stream on, so it'll be a little bit before some people catch on and come over to it. So we're going to get started though with our task for the evening. And let's see, when we last left off, we had just put the manure on the field and it was ready to go. So we needed to purchase some animals and get going from there. Good evening, Mr. Paul Kelly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that's what I need to do. I need to purchase some beef cattle, and then we need to feed them and get them all set up. So that's going to be the early objective for this evening, and then we'll go from there. So how are you this evening, Paul? Let's see. So I guess the first thing to do is jump into the store and buy myself some cattle. And no, I don't have the well, I may have actually put it in. But we're going to buy some beef, and I think we're going to start off with 50. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I put buy many in. I did. So it's just going to do a little flicker here. So if you're epileptic, you might have a little issue with it, but that's done. 50 is all purchased, and that gets us started. I knew I did that the other night. Because I knew I was going to buy the beef cattle, and I was like, well, I might as well go ahead and take care of that. All right, so the next thing to do is we need to get a little TMR over to those guys and get started with that. So I'm going to use a different mod tonight to do the TMR because I picked up a new one, and we're going to use it in this particular episode so you guys can check it out. Why did I just... There we go, we are in it. All right, so I changed some buttons around on my... G27, so I may make mistakes tonight just because I don't know exactly where I've got everything set up. Paul came down with an illness. Left side of my face is swollen and my eye is puffy. You don't have a tooth issue, do you? That sounds painful. Well, sorry you're feeling bad, man. All right. Let's see. To lower that front implement, I need to switch to the front implement, where did I put that button at? I think I put that there. And... oh, and then I put switch on the front because I didn't like where it was. I left it where it was on the gear shift. I tried a lot of different combinations around as to where to put buttons and things. And obviously I don't remember exactly where I put everything. And I tried moving some things around and didn't like where I put them. So I ended up having to go back and switch them up a bit. Let's see. Paul Kelly, you hit it. Yeah, man, I had a little, the first time I ever went and got a root canal, and I had to go to the dentist and got a root canal. I followed all of the directions. I ate exactly how they were, and I got an infection from it, and mine did that. My whole side of my face swelled up, my eye, all around my eye, made my ears hurt, all that good stuff. So completely know where you're at, man. Completely know where you're at. Brandon Anthony, hello, good evening, sir. I got a blister on my tongue. It hurts when I eat. Ooh, that's not fun. Too many illnesses tonight. I hate when you get like that one little taste bud that swells up on your tongue. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, I don't need this. What am I doing? I forget what I'm taking care of tonight. Alright, so we'll drop that. So we're getting ready to go do a little TMR. Gaming Fanatics, hello. You haven't missed much. I just got started just a little while ago. Oops. All right. So I need to purchase one more thing from the store, which is going to be the particular feeder that we're going to use. We are going to be using a new mod that I found the other day, and it looked kind of interesting, so I've been messing around with. It's going to be under Feeding Technologies. It's the Emily Melodis TMR feeder. And this is a really cool little device. You can use it for all kinds of, it's basically sort of a shovel type auger situation that you can put on the front of your tractor or shovel loader, and you can use it. The one attachment works for everything. The price is a little bit wrong. To buy it in the store, it's only $1. I never noticed that. Maintenance is $1.70 a day. They really ought to fix that. I don't like it when they just do $1. They also don't have like what specs are required for it or anything else like that. But you may have seen this, not really sure what it is. And today I am going to show you how to use it real quick in here. It took me a little while to figure it out because some of the buttons weren't exactly right. So, my stupid dog. I swear she knows exactly when I start recording and wants to go off and make as much noise as humanly possible, or canine possible. Alright, so we'll hook this on. Now this particular device, if you hook it on the front loader, the traditional front loader like the JCB that I have on this farm, or a telehandler, the little hooks there will hook straight into it, and you can use it on a telehandler or a front loader. But it does not work as a bucket. It works the exact same way. I'm going to show you how it works today in the video. But the the one thing about it is, if you try to put it on the front loader on a tractor, it won't work because it gets hung up on the front arms on this thing. Now, if you don't have the front PTO on the front and 3-point hitch, you might be able to use it. But mine, using it with this particular tractor, because it does have the front hitch, I had a lot of issues with it. I haven't messed with using it on a tractor that is strictly a front loader. But yeah. So we'll run over here and we're going to give it a shot, and I'll show you. I want to leave this tractor over at the other farm, so that's one of the reasons for purchasing it and having it, is so it's over at the other farm. Yeah, I just started, like I said, I just started about 7:15 my time, so we haven't been running hardly at all on this. Just getting started tonight. Matthew, hello and good evening. all I have done is purchased a few few beef cows. That's it. So. Alright, so anyways, I did a new layout for the overlay, and I want you guys' opinions on it. I'll ask for them throughout the night. Just let me know what you guys think. The whole purpose is so that in the archive, people will be able to watch the comments, be able to read along and keep up with what's going on in the live stream when you guys are chatting. But I know it also puts a little bit of more graphics up there, but hopefully it's not too intrusive. And you guys can deal with it, but I do welcome your opinions on it, and so let me know if it's too much. I can always change it. It is a work in progress. It's something I just messed with last night for a little bit, and just got enough. There's a lot more I want to do with it, but just got enough to get the general idea. All right, so this thing works. Just lower it down a little bit. I'm going to spin around front so you guys can see. Alright, so you use your either your mouse or joystick or whatever you got to raise this front end up. There we go. You raise this little front piece up, and then you drive into whatever you're collecting. Now, I need to bring up my help menu here. Alright, so let's see. Chemo, or there's that Kermo. Let's see. Hello, I have a question. Can you do so my tutorial or something like that? I can't understand it. I'm like, what? I'll talk a little bit about it. We'll see what we can do. Gaming Fanatics, I'm on Manchester. All right, so this works just like any feeding technology. Down at the bottom, you've got your mix ratio for hay, silage, and straw. Of course, you want basically about 40% hay, 40% silage, and the rest of it to be straw. That's sort of the way, okay? And then let's see. So the thing about this is you have to look down at the bottom where your fill level is underneath the gas and everything else like this, and just kind of eyeball it and make sure you're getting it right. You have to turn it on. And when you do turn it on, the augers in the center start to work, and you see you got like a beater bar up top on this yellow cage. To fill up, you kind of push into it, and then you lower down that yellow bar until it actually starts loading in, and you'll see the fill level starts to increase. Watch it. When you get up to about 40%, get out of it. There, so I got 41% silage into the front of it. So I've got everything I want silage wise. I'm going to go ahead and raise it back up, and I'm going to back out of this thing. So it's not like a traditional bucket. You load it with the you load it using the top bar, that beater bar that's on top of it. So now we'll bring it over here to grass, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of grass with it. And we'll do the same thing. I'll just pull in here to the grass, and I will lower it down so it's into the grass a little bit. I'll start it up, and I'll bring my little bar down until it starts pulling grass in, and when I get to 80%, I'll get out of it. There we go. Now I can just back up, and I can head over to the straw and do the same thing over there. Hello, Brad Walters. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so we'll get the last little bit of straw out of here, and we are done. So now we've got everything in there, and if you look at my ratios in the help menu, you'll see that I've got about 42% hay, 41% silage, and 6% straw. And the key is my lines are in light blue. I don't know if you guys can actually see them, but the key is to make sure you have those lines inside the brackets for each one of them that works. So once you've got it all loaded up and everything is good, now you can go dump this wherever you want to do it. So we're going to take it into our our beef pen and unload it there. Now if you look at my help buttons, it will tell me that my unload is on. It was messing me up with this. Now hopefully it'll be fixed and it won't be wrong, but oh, I'm on the wrong side for this. Let's see, I think I can go around to the other side. I've not used this particular beef pin before, so y'all have to bear with me. I'm not sure where all the triggers are. Brad, thanks. What happens to all your subs? Thought you had a lot. I do, but not everybody watches live stream. Not everybody has time. I have a lot of people that do other things, and I have a lot of people that watch a lot of stuff like late. They don't watch it like at this particular time. A lot of people are playing games themselves, you know. All right, so to unload for me, it was press the X button or the Q button on my keyboard. But now in my help menu, it was showing me to use the Y button on my gamepad, which wasn't right. It took me forever to figure out how to unload it. So it's just Q, just like all your trigger points. Like if you're going to dump a trailer, it's Q to dump. So it's Q to dump on this thing. But that's it. It's kind of cool. Different thing. I'm going to keep it around here just to have to top off silage with, and not always have to run silage over from the other place. So, but you can use it like just as a shovel as well to get different things into here. So if you wanted to put just grass in it, you can load it with just grass and bring it in. If you wanted to use it with just straw, you can use it with just straw. Let's see. Kermo, let's see. I have another question. The Cytec wheel is coming out, and if you want to have 2 joysticks, wheel pedals, is it possible now with a new key update? Absolutely. That's what I'm using right now. I've got the G27 in with the side console for it, and then I've got 2 Logitech 3D Pros in. So I have a total of well, you know, 4 devices, 5 really, because I've got my my gamepad hooked in as well for walking around and doing that. So it's easy to do. You can do all that with no problems. So yeah, if you want to use all of that, you can use all of it. Of course, you know, the folks at FarmSim and Giants and Cytec, they want you to buy two consoles at $149 a pop. Not gonna happen. I'm not really sure whether I'm gonna buy the side console or not. I keep backing off on it, or I keep having mixed feelings on it. I did all my key mappings the other night and got everything mapped out now that the button extension came out, and I just don't see a need for it. I still have like 6 buttons I'm not using. After I remapped everything and tried to find a use for every single button on here, I still have a bunch of buttons that I'm not actually using. So I haven't really figured out why I would want to spend the money to buy that console, other than it would look neat. Let's see. Logan, I don't do any kind of co-op stuff just because you don't have the same mods I have, and getting everything worked out just doesn't work. Jack, do I think I could do a setup video? I've already done one on dual joysticks, on how to set them up, and really that's all it is. If you can set the joysticks up, you can set anything else up. And Ian Robson's already done a video on how to set up the G27, which basically the G27 is, once you get your G27 up and running, then you can just once you get your G27 up and running, you can just basically go into the controls for steering, just twist your steering wheel one way or the other, and then go the other way. Let's see, Architect Moosey, I'm liking this new format. Well, thank you, sir. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how many people will like it or not. I was a little bit concerned with doing it, but I want to. I'm trying to, push things in the next direction, to becoming more stream friendly, and trying to do more streaming if at all possible. And I want the archives to be able to include information that will work for everybody, So that's my whole point for doing this new little look. And I do welcome everybody's comments on it. If you think it's too much or whatever, just let me know. Straw is not accepted. What are you talking about? I just dumped straw in here. Oh, gotta look at the PDA and see if we've got how much is in here. The beef. Am I over full on straw? Is that the problem? Maximum capacity has been reached. Great. Got a bucket full of straw. Let's see. I wouldn't say I'm getting to the next level stuff, but I just, like I say, it's always been one of those things in live streams, like when I watch somebody else's live stream, and when the commentator is answering people's questions, but he's never actually reading the questions on screen, I always feel like I'm lost in that live stream, and I don't want to be that guy. So, and for the most part, I try to read y'all's questions before I answer them. But there are times when I say, yeah, I agree with you, such and such. And I caught myself doing it the other night, and I was like, man, that's got to be annoying for people who are watching this and aren't seeing the questions. So that's my whole thing, is I just want to make sure that when I do these particular things, that I make sure that everybody can feel like they're involved and not lost in the conversation because I didn't say something. So that's just my whole point behind it. So Ryan Kennedy, where did I get it? Where did I get what, Ryan? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific there. Are you talking about the overlay, or are you talking about the mod that I've got on, or? Oh, Gold Rush is coming on. Man, I'm competing with the big boys, aren't I? I understand that, Brad. I should be watching that myself. I'll just have to catch it on the West Coast feed. Because I like that show myself. It's pretty fun. Lots of big boy toys in there. Anyways. Come on, back out. Start spinning that stuff up. There we go. Let's see. So what else is happening? I did do a mod spotlight today on that Oxbow. That's a pretty neat little forwarder, but somebody has said also that if you're using it, if you go over your straw or your grass clippings more than once, you'll start losing your yield. So you have to be careful not to go over stuff multiple times. So I have to look into that. The mod that I'm using, what is this thing doing? Why did it not dump out right? Oh well. Oops. I guess I got it completely full. Come on. Have to go dump that out. The mod I'm using is the Emily Melodus, I think is the name of it. I'll show it to you guys again. But it's a new mod that just came out. I got it off of Mod Hosters. I'll probably do a mod showcase on it tomorrow just to talk a little bit more about it. But it's you can use it like a bucket just to haul stuff around. Now it's on my 3-point hitch on this particular tractor, and but it just hauls everything around. But you can also use it as a mixing station to mix your TMR, which is what I thought was really neat about it. I think a lot of people will like something like this, that you can use to make TMR, but you can also use it to haul a little bit of grass around. You can use it to haul straw around, silage, whatever you want, and take it and feed with it. So I thought it would be useful to have here on this little farm, so we're not always having to go over to the big farm to get a trailer load of TMR or whatever to put in straw to put into the beds, seeing as we got some straw here in the back that we can fill up with. And that way I can just leave this tractor right over here parked and not have to worry about bringing something over here every time that I want to do to come over to this farm. And like I said, I'll do probably tomorrow, do a little mod showcase on it, get that posted up here in the day, and that way you guys can see where I got it from. But it's I'll do, like I said, I'll show it to you again real quick in the store. You go under mods here and feeding technology, and here it is. It's the Emily Melodus bucket, and it's pretty cool. Prob LLS modding. So but again, I got it off of Mod Hosters, but it's on multiple different sites out there where you'll find it. So Moose, who is your favorite gold miner and why? I don't know. I sort of just I guess I like Parker Schwabel just because it's cool to see someone young out there trying to make a name for himself and doing that out there. Though you know, I think he takes a lot of credit for a lot of things where he's gotten a lot of help from people. But I like the old Tony Beats guy too, man, because he's just cool, because he's just old and crusty, and you know, says what he means and means what he says. I can't stand the Hoffman guy. He's a joke. Let's see. And has been ever since that show started. I mean, he's always failed. Every season they've always failed. And it's just funny to me to watch him on there. So let's see. What version of Manchester are you using, and did you edit the map any? I am using version 4 of Manchester. There is a version 5 getting ready to come out from what I was told by Reaper. And I think that's going to be the version where he includes what was it? Cotton, I think, is what he's working on. But I did see him doing a few other things the other day. So yeah, I did make a couple of adjustments just to the ground around back here where I put the equipment sheds in, and then over at the beef farm where I've got the fruit area set up back there. So those are the only 2 modifications I've needed. Let's see, Brandon, I liked Parker and Tony because Tony's machine that's in the water is cool, in my opinion. Yeah, that's pretty nice, the dredge that he's got out there. It'll be interesting to see how that works out this year for him. That's old school there. Alright, so back up here to the old water drum, and we'll connect up to it. See if we can't refill it up a little bit. and we'll haul a little bit of water over to the new beef cattle. I think what he's at, I'm not really sure exactly what Reaper is added in. I know he had cotton in there, and it looked like he had something purple, like I'm not gonna say what was it I thought it was the other day. It was almost like a flower, only almost like a lilac or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what he was growing, but it looked like lilacs or something like that he was growing. Maybe he's been watching a little lavender. Yeah, it just came into my mind right as you wrote that, Matthew. But lavender, I think, is maybe what he was growing. So maybe he's been watching a little bit of lavender farming and decided he wanted to do that. I'm not sure a lot of people realize that you farm lavender. Our gamer, have a good night, man. Thanks for dropping by anyways. I probably run until just a little bit after 9 o'clock. Usually I try and keep the streams about 2 hours. Appreciate you coming by. And of course this will be archived probably around 10 or 11 this evening. So if you miss any of it, you can always come back and watch it. Remember to turn my beacons on. I changed those button positions and moved those around a little bit. Alright, so looking at the overlay, what I did with this is I've got the little welcome banner at the top, so as it scrolls over, it'll just basically give you guys a little bit of information of what we're doing. It'll basically tell you what map we're doing or what route we're doing or something like that. So like if we're doing Euro Truck, it'll say we're doing Euro Truck and what mod I'm using in Euro Truck as far as the Peterbilt 380 or something like that. Then the chat window under that, so people can keep up and watch the chat stream. Then I've got a little white window down there, sort of multi-purpose. Right now I've got the game that we're currently playing listed in there and the logo for it. And I'm going to use that for a while, but eventually if I do manage to work in like a webcam type situation for a face cam or for a control cam, because I'd like to get a control cam in to where while I'm playing the game there's a cam of the joysticks and the steering wheel and all that other stuff, and so you guys can watch that. So if I get all that working, that will eventually be added into the in as well. So put the water in there and fill this thing up. There we go. And we can head back to the farm. So the beef is all set up now. They've got plenty of food, water, straw, so the little guys can sit there and do their thing. What time zone though? I'm Central Standard Time in the United States. So any times that I give out, if I say 7 or 9 o'clock, that's going to be based on that. So, but anyways. Control can, getting back to the sidebar here, so the little white area, and I can expand and contract that a little bit if I need to. That would be for like any kind of cam thing. Control cam is what I'm thinking, but for now I'll just put the shields in there. And then the bottom banner is going to be rotational banners where it'll say things like Facebook, Twitter. There'll be information about the mods list, things of that nature, just basic information for people who come in that are new to the stream, who don't know any of that information. I am going to get a lot more interactive on Twitter and Facebook. I'd sort of gotten away from it for a bit, but I plan on starting to tweet out. Like tonight I did tweet out what time the live stream would start, so I do plan on tweeting the live stream stuff on a regular basis. I always tweet out when a new video goes up, but Facebook, I want to get more interactive on Facebook as well, as even when I'm just playing stuff during the day that isn't recorded, posting up some pictures and some information about that particular game. So The Facebook and Twitter stuff I'm going to start using a lot more. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitter or like me on Facebook, you'll be able to see. And that way a lot of people, I have to get more interactive on Facebook because a lot of people send me information on Facebook all the time. I get a lot of questions on there that I have to answer, so I tend to jump over to Facebook quite a bit. But I need to get back into putting pictures and postings on there. I've sort of fallen short on doing the whole Facebook thing, so as far as keeping up postings of when the videos come out, because I used to do that on a regular basis, but I sort of stopped doing that. I need to do that more again. So Heath Smith, hello sir, how are you today? Welcome to the stream. Alright, plenty of water there. I probably don't need water anywhere else. Let's look. Come back to here. And the water level on the cattle isn't even worth driving over there. So I'm just going to park this guy here and get it out of the way. Braden, hello. And guys, nothing against Braden. If I want to say hello to you, I'll say hello to you. I try to say hello to everybody who comes into the stream. But don't be asking for shout outs and stuff like that. I just don't do that kind of stuff. If I want to say hi to you, I will. I had like 70 at one time on one stream. It's just a matter of when the stream is too. Like the most I ever had was during the summer midday, which was absolutely crazy that I had that many people watching in the middle of the day, because I started at noon and broadcasted till like 2 o'clock that day, and ended up with like 70 something people on at one time. It was quite shocking. I didn't expect that many people to be watching. Alright, so here's where the boredom comes in this video. We are going to fast track time now because I've got basically everything that I can do done. So it's just a matter now of moving forward in time to come up with something else to do. And to do that I got to get out of the tractor and fast track time a little bit, and we'll come up to 5 a.m. the next day. We made a little money, $74,000. I think that's probably all dairy money. I don't do multiplayer with people unless like if there's a public server up that I'm going to be playing on, I'll do it on there. But as far as me hosting a multiplayer thing, I'm not going to do anything else like that. The only sometimes I do it with Recon or the guys that I play with on a regular basis, but I know them, we're all friends, and I play with them daily, so that's one of those things, and we play other games together. So that's the only people that I do videos with. Now, with that said, Landy has talked about setting up a public server. I may even go down the route of doing a public server, I don't know, where I can once a week do a live, do some gameplay with people like that, but and play. It wouldn't probably be something I would stream. It would maybe just be getting in there and playing with people, but that's something I might address down the road. So but as far as just getting together with people I really don't know and playing the game, I kind of don't do it. And I've said it a million times, a lot of, if I'm streaming, it's a 7 o'clock thing and whatever, and I'm trying to communicate with a whole lot of people, and I don't really want to have to step all over somebody, and that, no offense to anybody, but a lot of times if you're doing a stream and somebody gets in with you, they'll want to talk the entire time and all that stuff, and and I'm just trying to communicate with the people who are in here, so I don't want to get involved with that. As far as you know, as far as doing a multiplayer with somebody, the only time I would do it is if I got on a server and played with, you know, on a public server and played, you know, in that kind of situation. You know, and when I record all my videos, I'm recording those at all different hours of the day, so I never even know what I'm gonna play. Let's see. I don't even know Daggerwin. I know he's out there. I've seen some of his stuff, but I don't really know the guy, so I probably wouldn't do any play with him. Let's see. Is this going to be posted on YouTube? Yes. All the live streams that I do, as soon as I finish recording them, YouTube automatically archives them for me, and then I can put them up right after that. Let's see. Carson, my game is broken and I can't use all of my mods. Any tips? It's probably because you got too many mods. A lot of, you know, you may have too many fruit mods or something. Not really sure what is broken on your game. That's the question. COD Gaming, hello. Thanks for joining us. Connor, hello. Carson, you have to give me a little bit more information on that so I know exactly what's going on. Alright, so we're in day 2 of our planting now. And I need to go over here and check all my fields and see where we're at moisture wise and growth wise and all that other stuff. So this is our corn that we've got planted. Alkalinity is a little bit high, but that's okay. We're going to put herbicide on this field today, and that's going to change that quite a bit. And moisture content is a little bit high, 59%. And that's all right. We'll find a day when we don't have to spray, and then we can get that back into control. So we're going to be spraying that field here shortly with herbicide. You can only use about 30 of them, and the rest crash my game. I wonder if you've got like a mod conflict in there, like if there's one mod in there that's causing the crash. You can always go in and verify your cache for the game and see if that helps out. Maybe there's something that's wrong. I wouldn't say you have to reinstall the game necessarily. Alright, nutrients are good. Soil moisture is alright. Alkalinity is alright. So this field's doing good. Again, we just got to put some pesticides in here. What did we put into this field? I forget. I think we did. Did we do soybeans in this field? Somebody tell me. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Field number 7, right? Is soybean. Let's see. Okay. Trying to think of what I can spray it with. I think I can spray A on both corn and the soybeans, so I should be all right with that. I'm trying to do it off the top of my head because I'm trying to think where soybean is linked in, but I think soybean is linked in with the potatoes, which is a no-no on C. Ryan, you've asked that question several times. I know I haven't answered it yet, but please don't ask the same thing over and over and over again. Let's see. How far am I from Talladega? I am 6 hours, maybe 7 hours from Talladega. Talladega is in the upper third of the state, over towards Georgia, and I'm all the way at the very bottom of the state. I'm all the way down at Florida. So, all right. So this field, a little bit, it's got plenty of moisture. It's a little too moist, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's got to have the insecticide, but all the other normal numbers are pretty good. So, looks good. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, man, just sometimes it takes me a minute to get to all of them. I scroll back and forth between some of them every once in a while, and I did see it a little while ago and yes about it. I just was talking about some other things and didn't have a chance to talk about it. So, let's see. I missed one just a minute ago. Let me scroll up here. Let's see. All right, so Carson, you've only got one fruit mod and you have about 90 other mods. Yeah, verify your cache in the game and see where you're at, because I have 260 mods in my folder right now. I went in and checked the other night to see how many I had, and I don't have any problems. But then again, I make sure that I test all of my mods before I, actually start using them. I make sure I test them real good. And I always know like what mod is good and what mod isn't. So my friend with Offspring Gamer, no, I really don't know who that is. Heath, nice textures, thanks, man. Moose, I'm gonna go watch some YouTube videos. I'll be back a little later. All right, man, have fun. Am I still playing Fishing Planet? Yeah, I played it a little bit today and they screwed it up again. So I wait for the next patch. I was talking to the developer a little bit today about the whole drag system and how messed up it is, and trying to get them to realize they need to fix that. Which we had a real good conversation. I think he is responsive to understanding what I'm talking about. So though I don't know that he is completely, I don't know that we're both on the same page. His solutions and my solutions aren't necessarily the same. So hopefully though they can get that resolved, because there's a lot of issues with the drag in the game not being accurate and not functioning properly. So, but like I said, hopefully they get it all fixed. All right, let's fill this baby up and see how many times I can drive off without having the fertilizer set properly. I like that semi you got. Oh yeah, it's kind of nice. Let's see, are you talking about the one in this game, or are you talking about the one that's in Euro Truck? Alright, we're gonna do a double dose of A, because if I remember right, A is grains, B is maize, A kills grains, B kills alright, it's real simple to do. Goodbye. Sorry about that, guy. Let's see. So A kills grains, B kills corn, maize, things of that nature, and then C kills your root products, which is like your sugar beets, potatoes, soybeans. So I'm gonna use double dose of A. That should cover corn. That should cover soybean, and we should be good to go. So. Did I buy or download the game? I really love this game, but I do not know how to get it. I got mine off of Steam. I try to get most of my games off of Steam. I know a lot of people like to have their games on disc. You know, but I try to keep everything on Steam just because it's nice to be able to go from computer to computer and still have everything there. So why is it not playing? I don't know. Why is it not playing? Yeah, I got zero tolerance for crap, guys, in the stream. If somebody says one thing, they're gonna go. And that's the only drawback too to and if you do something stupid, you're banned. That's it. I mean, one shot, you know. You can maybe email me later and apologize or whatever, and I might let you back in if I could ever figure out how to unban you. But pretty much it's a one-shot deal. If you screw with me, I'm gonna ban you. I'm just not even into this game playing stuff. It's just like Doritos guy the other night who put all the little triangles and said I like Doritos. That's great. Go do that in somebody else's stream. Anyways, I'm on Windows 7. Not upgrading to Windows 10 anytime soon. Heard a lot of nightmare stories about Windows 10, so I've got no intentions to go to it anytime soon. All right, so let's set up GPS. Y'all see me do this a million times. Field 4. Load in the plan for Field 4. Back up a little bit. Verify one more time that I've got the proper setting here. Think about where I put the button for that, because I did move the GPS button around on my controller a little bit. The semi I got in this game is nice. It's average. I don't like that paint job on it. The brown. It's ugly. But it works. I like it better than any kind of European truck. Let's see. Is it Soul Mod? What mod do you use for the different types of fertilizer? I'm using the Soul Mod. All that is part of the Soul Mod to have the different fertilizers and herbicide and everything else like that. So the Soul Mod adds in Soul pH, so you have to change the Soul pH. It adds in nitrogen fertilizer, PK fertilizer. It adds in weed control and weed growth, and it adds in the need to do soil moisture. So all of that is part of the Soul Mod. And I messed up because I forgot to put I shortcut all these the last time and forgot completely about it. Because I was reading and not paying attention. What, you don't like Doritos? No, I love Doritos. I just don't like people coming in here and spamming stuff in chat. And that's the only downside with YouTube right now, as far as their streaming operation, is they don't have all of the support for bots and things like that to monitor chat, so you have to do it yourself. So you really have to catch somebody as soon as they start doing something else like that. And that's why I say I've got zero tolerance for it. If I've got to stop what I'm doing to ban you, you're gone. Patrick C, hello, welcome to the stream. Well, I must have been drunk when I did this. It's like running a race course. Let's see, what is free to download? I don't know what you're talking about there. You got me on that one, Ryan. When can you and Rubberside do forestry multiplayer stream? I don't know. I'm going to try and catch Recon later and find out. But here's the thing with him. He has he started a new job, and from what I gathered this morning from talking to Landy, and or maybe it was late last night I talked to Landy. He started a new job, and it looks like maybe he's going to be doing third shift or late shift doing nights. And if that's the case, it's going to be hard for Recon and I to get together to do any kind of live stream, just because he's going to be working at night when I normally stream. So that might be a problem, but maybe he and I can figure out a time to get together to record something or do something. I love doing forestry with him. It's a lot of fun. And I really botched all this up when I did it earlier. Trucker Man, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I remember you from the last stream. Fishing with Caleb, hello there, sir. Welcome to the stream. Gaming Fanatics, are you getting the gold edition of FS15? I am going to purchase that. More so for the fact that it's just, I know people will be interested in it, and since I built this channel on doing a lot of farm sim stuff, I want to make sure that I cover most everything farm sim. So I will download it, and I will I will purchase that this week. And so when it comes out, I will start playing the Russian map, so you guys can take a look at it and see what's what, and we'll just give it our honest opinion as to whether it's worth you guys buying. That, that's the thing. I don't make a whole lot of money off of this YouTube thing, but what I do make, I try to put back into the channel as far as adding a little bit into it, So let's see. Ryan asked about the was it free to download the soul mod? Yeah, the soul mod is included as part of the map. What you do, I mean, if you go out there and you find maps that are soul mod enabled, they'll come with the soul mod. It's a mod like every mod. So that's it's free. It doesn't cost anything, but you've got to, the map has to be soul mod enabled for it to work. It just doesn't work on every single map that's out there for you. So keep that in mind. You're not just gonna download it and it's going to be something that you play immediately on the map that you've got. So if you've got a favorite map that's not soul mod ready, you're not going to be able to play it on that map unless they come in there and the author of that map comes in and adds it in for you. I think a lot of people misunderstand the soul mod and the pigs and beef mod and things of that nature. They don't really understand that those mods are things that are added in through the Giants editor and are part of the map. They're not just standalone mods that you can download, because I get a lot of people ask me all the time, how do I add pigs onto a map, or how do I what mod are you using for beef, or all that stuff is added in. So let's see. Braden, you've got when you downloaded the Manchester map with the soul mod in it, and you the first thing you did when you got that map was you unzipped it, because it had like 4 or 5 smaller zips that were in the master folder. And then you had the Manchester map there. Did you happen to not see the one that said soul mod? Because you do have to have the soul mod actually in your mods folder as well. So that's probably the reason it's not working. If you don't have that actual mod in your folder, it's not going to work. So keep that in mind as well. Patrick, why am I not streaming on Twitch? Because Twitch doesn't have a lot to offer me. Whereas YouTube gives me the ability to stay with my same audience that I've had from the beginning. Let's see. And I don't have to jump through any hoops to get over into Twitch like I do with Twitch. Let's see. Just coming through. Heath was drinking when I did that. No, I just wasn't paying attention. Hello, Stephen Collins. You haven't missed a lot. I bought some beef cattle, and I set up the beef cattle and got them going, got them fed, and then that's sort of where we're at. All right. What is that? I don't even know. I can't read it. That text is a little bit small. Nightman, thanks for coming by. Let's see. But again, why am I not streaming? My favorite map is Coldborough Park. However, there's no soul mod for that. No, there's not. Well, there isn't a soul mod version of it out there. I've got one that Shy Wizard did for me, where he put it in there for me. Is a laptop good? I don't know. I've never seen a particular laptop. Brandon, if you only have one folder and it's called Manchester, you probably have to unzip that folder because it should have like 4 or 5 folders in there. Have you actually been able to play the map? Because that's probably where you're at. You probably haven't unzipped it. And a lot of people don't realize that you have to unzip the folder to get the map to actually play. The Fishing Planet questions. We might stream Fishing Planet tomorrow night. Might do that. If they fix it. Let's see. But as far as back to why I'm on YouTube and I'm not on Hitbox or I'm not on Twitch, because I never really built a following on any of those streams, when they came out with a YouTube service, it just made sense for me to use it because all of my stuff is done on YouTube. All my videos and everything are done, and streaming is sort of like an afterthought to me. The videos is where I built the channel and grew the audience, but you know, streaming is something that I'm new to and just getting started in, and it just made sense for me to start it out on YouTube and try to do instead of trying to do a whole bunch of different formats. I mean, though I'm not against you know, trying to do, you know, multi streams, but at the same time, I don't want to have 2 chat windows up and try to be reading 2 different chat windows. It's hard enough to keep up with playing the game as well as 2 different chat windows, or 1 chat window at least. So do I do any heavy hauling in Euro Truck? Yeah, I've got my truck set up to do heavy hauling. Though with the recent upgrades to Euro Truck, it has broken some of the heavy hauling mods, or some of the trailer packages that give you heavy hauling stuff. So like the last couple of runs I've done, I haven't really even seen anything in there about heavy hauling stuff. I don't see it, like I said, I don't really see a need for me to go to either one of those formats, to either Twitch or Hitbox, because it's all the same thing to me. It's Hitbox, Twitch, they're just different formats that you can be on. And you know, I'm streaming over here on YouTube Gaming, and over here the advantages I have by staying on YouTube Gaming versus trying to go over Twitch or Hitbox. If I go over to Twitch, because I'm not a partnered member over at Twitch, and you have to jump through so many hoops to get that, I don't have the ability to, whatever signal I stream at, you guys have to watch it. So if I want to do a 1080p high definition stream for everybody to watch, you're stuck with watching that even on your mobile device, and you may have problems with it. And you have no ability to downscale the stream on your end, because that's the way, because I'm not a partnered member over there. So that's that's frustrating for me, because that means I have to either downscale it on my end, or you're just out of luck. So that's the reason that I stay over here, because I can make the quality here consistent. And then there's a lot of other little benefits for me to do it on YouTube. So that's the reason I'm on YouTube, and have no plans to go to another format, unless it just, YouTube's working on this thing. It's under development. They're going to make it better and better and better. And I think it is, I think it's good for everybody. Because, Architect, I guess you're talking about, I used to love Twitch, but the quality issues. That's the thing, is you can, on YouTube, you can downscale the video. I'm pushing out at 1080p, and but if you can't keep up with 1080p, you can always take it down to 720 or something slower. I used to, when Landy first started streaming, and he and I were trying to figure out the OBS and everything else like that, and I'd be watching his. If he just turned his bit rate up just the least little bit for me when I was on DSL, I'd lose it. I couldn't watch his stream, and he had to make a choice between what bit rate does he push out at. Does he push out at a higher quality bit rate, or do you push out at a lower quality bit rate so everybody can watch? And you have to make that decision, and it's one of those things you just kind of have to go with. So my choice is to push out on YouTube, and that way you guys can watch at whatever you want. And there's a lot of other advantages to me being on YouTube. As a content provider, I have the ability to put commercials into the video or into the stream if I want to. Like, if I wanted to push a commercial right now for everybody to watch, I could. I don't, but I could, I can't do any advertising on Twitch, so that doesn't benefit me at all. So I don't make a dime over there. I make maybe 30 cents or 40 cents I might make if I get a decent thing over here, but it's still, I make a little bit off of it. It's nothing much. But as far as it also gives me the ability that as soon as I'm done recording, it's already archived. I don't have to do a whole bunch of moving things around that I had to do on Twitch, so that's good for me as well. So it's a much better thing for me. Now, I have thought about, just because a lot of people have subscribed to me now on Twitch just because the link is in my videos, I have thought about doing a multi-broadcast where it's broadcast on Twitch as well as on YouTube, but I have no intentions of following the chat that are on Twitch. All the chat would be followed off of what I'm doing on the YouTube side of it. So, man, I am not going to be able to see where my turns were with this not being grown in, so I'm just going to go to the end of the field. Forget about it. Yeah, no, I was gonna go over to Twitch, and like I say, I think I've done 2, maybe 3 broadcasts on Twitch when I first started out, and then YouTube came out with their own streaming service to compete with Twitch, and in the process of them doing it, that's when I made the decision of, why try to be on multiple formats? Why not just go with the YouTube stream and do the YouTube stream and stick with it and build my audience on YouTube? and go from there. I mean, plus the other advantages is if you're on YouTube and you watch my daily videos on YouTube and you follow me on YouTube, you'll get on when as soon as I start streaming, you get a notification that lets you know I'm streaming. So whereas if I'm on Twitch, I gotta, if you're not subscribed to me on Twitch, I've got to post a video on YouTube saying, hey guys, I'm gonna be live streaming over on Twitch, come on see me. And I don't have to do that with YouTube. I can just start streaming and it automatically tells everybody I'm streaming. So it's the nice thing. Let's see, Trucker Man, what time is the next stream? It's gonna be tomorrow, and it's probably gonna be 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. I mean, nothing is set in stone, but that's what I'm shooting for, is 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So do I like Call of Duty BO2? What is BO2? Y'all have to excuse my ignorance on there, and that'll probably answer your question right there. Isn't there like a new one, Black Ops 2? Is that what you're talking about? The last one I had is I got Call of Duty. Which one is the last Call of Duty I purchased? I got the one where... The last Call of Duty I got was maybe 2 years ago. I got Black Ops, and then I got the one after Black Ops. Or is Black Ops the one that came out last? I don't know. It's been a while since I kept up with it. I got Battlefield 4 and whatever Call of Duty came out when Battlefield 4 came out. Those are the last two first-person shooters that I purchased. So... yeah. But I don't have Black Ops 2. I know that's the one that just came out this evening. Or just came out. I know my friend Cody was in the beta on that and was playing it all the time, so... man, I hate it when it's so hazy like this in the mornings. Hard to see. Cool, Carson. But yeah, tomorrow night we'll stream probably around 7 o'clock, and maybe we do Fishing Planet tomorrow night. A lot of people have been asking about it. I might do that. I'm into Arma 3 now. That's what I've been playing. I'm playing Arma 3, and right now I'm playing the Exile mod. And loving it. Having a lot of fun. The server that I'm on has had a few issues, but I think they've got all of that worked out, and as soon as they get it tweaked out a little bit more, it's going to be really cool. They're going to add in they got to add one more little element into it, which is the roaming NPCs, and as soon as they get that added in, it will be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Alright, lock in this other course, which I completely missed. What do I think about Michigan and Fishing Planet? I absolutely love it. I think they've done a really good job with the map. As far as visuals, it is absolutely wonderful. It looks great. The only thing, you know, I think they've added a lot of the excitement back into the game by doing that, and that's what I told the developers is, you know, they had really taken the fun out of the game in that last patch for me when they took the trophies and the uniques and just basically made them non-existent or really a rare catch. It's a game at the end of the day, and you should have fun with it. And you need to be able to catch that in a couple hours of fishing. You need to be able to catch that trophy or unique fish to excite you to want to continue to fish. And when they took it and they messed it up the way they did, I don't think it was that good. So so I think they took a lot of the fun out of the game. Now with this map, they've added all the trophies and the uniques in. People are having a great time. There's a wide variety of fish to catch. I mean, there's so many different species of fish that you can catch in it. You're not just limited like to Florida where all you're fishing for is bass. You've got sturgeon and muskie and catfish, and you've got rock bass. You've got your brown trouts, brook trout. I mean, you just got tons of fish that you can catch. Your pike, your yellow perch, smallmouth bass are in there. So they've got a great variety of species for you to catch. So you can always go catch something. Plus they added a lot of trophies and a lot of uniques into the game, and you're able to catch them, and they haven't watered them down. So so far it's nice and it's exciting and it's fun, and people are having a good time fishing it. And as I touched base with the developers today, I was like, look, don't go changing it. Don't go saying, well, people are catching too many of this fish, we need to nerf it. Don't go nerfing it again, because I think if they do, they'll hurt themselves dramatically. Because again, they've got everybody back into the game, people are having fun and they're enjoying it. But if they start trying to do if they start really trying to adjust things too much, I think they'll hurt themselves. Let people have what you put in the game. If you haven't learned what not to put in the game by now, shame on you, is the way I look at it, you know. Well, there are no carp in Michigan, Red Velvet. Carp do not exist in the Michigan map. So yeah, I think as long as they don't go in there and start playing with it and trying to adjust the numbers on it, I think they'll be okay with it, and I think they'll bring the excitement back. Now you can start to see though where, and it's, I got no qualms with it, because at the end of the day they need to make money on the game, but I'm starting to see where the money grab is starting to play in. Because if you look at how much the licenses are and the travel expenses are for Michigan, you can see where they're going to start making it pretty expensive. And if you start making mistakes with your money, it's going to start being a situation where, oops, I ran out of money, I got to buy some money with real cash. So watch your money, be careful with your money. Why do I say that? If you look at what the difference in what a unlimited license for California is versus what the unlimited license for Michigan is, it's completely different. It's like $10,000 for regular fish and $20,000 for the advanced. So $30,000 you know, out for the license on it. So it's pretty steep just to do that part of it. So I can see where now that they've got it figured out, I can see where they might be starting to go after some money. And then like the crankbaits are $35 a piece, right? So $35 a piece, and if you snag up and start breaking your line and losing crankbaits, you're going to start losing some money pretty fast. I lost 3 crankbaits the other night in the matter of 5 minutes. Because of some stupid drag issues. And you do that too often, you'll start losing money too. So you have to be really careful with it. And then today they put out a Predator pack. So I can see where they're steering the game towards. Now they've got some stuff in it, I can see where they're working on trying to make them a little bit of money. And I don't fault them, because you can't put a quality game out without making a little bit of money. So as long as they don't head down the route of the hunter, it'll all be good. If they start heading down the route of the hunter and making it where in order to play the game you basically got to spend money, then at that point it would be horrible. But right now it is still a free to play game. You can play it if you manage your resources, you'll make a lot of money. You'll make plenty of money. You'll make plenty of gold, and you can play the game and have a good time. I mean, for instance, the unique northern pike is 41 gold. So if you can catch one of those, you'll make plenty of gold. And you can catch. I saw one girl catch like 10 of them the other day. So. How many episodes do I plan to make on Manchester? I don't know, Trucker Man. I sort of am just going to go with it until it just gets boring to me, and then get out of it. You know, I did like 60 episodes on North Brabant. I don't know. It just feels like we just got started on this map, even though I've done 50 episodes on it. It still feels like there's so much more to do. So, I mean, we haven't even purchased field number 1 yet. And that's a big goal for me, is to make the money and purchase field 1 so that we can do some fun things with 3 combines. So, let's see. Let's adjust this down for the last little part of this field, which I could drive it manually, but I still like using my GPS. So, all right. Carson Stevens, how do I stream on YouTube? You gotta use a streaming program like OBS or something like that. Shadow Play, whatever. Any sort of streaming device you have. It's just like streaming on Twitch. You set it up just like you would to stream on Twitch. The only difference is you set it up for YouTube, and you have to go into your YouTube live streaming and get your broadcast key and put that in there. And once you put your broadcast key in, it should just be able to broadcast live to YouTube. Red Velvet, you don't like how the hunter works? No, there's a lot of people who don't like how the hunter works. It is just a money grab. Just like they just put in quote-unquote heated tents into the game, just for another money grab. They hit you everywhere they can in that game. Ryan, what kind of trucks do I like in real life? I'm a Dodge guy. I said it in the live stream the other day. I have a Dodge Power Ram that I've had since '86, and absolutely love that thing. If I had to get a new one, it would either, if it's not a Dodge, it would be a Chevy. I'm not a Ford person at all. Can't stand Ford. How do you stream through your Xbox? You're asking the wrong person. I don't even own an Xbox. Don't know a thing about them. I think you have to have a third-party capture device in order to stream through from your Xbox. Don't hold me to that, because again, I don't own one and don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. I really enjoy the Hunter. I have a great time playing the Hunter. When my membership runs out next April, I will probably sink the $29 into it to re-up my membership, because I've got so much money invested in it as far as supplies, tents, tree stands, and things like that. I mean, but I'm trying to keep from buying things like that. If you're making a PC for gaming or anything else like that, I always build computers, because computers are much cheaper if you build it yourself than if you buy it from somebody. If you buy it from somebody, you gotta pay for all of their labor and their labels and all that other stuff, and you have no idea what they put in them as far as bloatware. So I always build my own computers. I never never buy a computer off the shelf unless it's just a laptop or something for a family member. Well, I've had a lot of issues with Fords over the years, so I don't like them. I've had several Chevrolets or GM vehicles that I've enjoyed. My Dodge has always been a joy. The only issue I have with my Dodge is the starter on it because of the starter motor they used. But as far as trucks go, you can't beat that thing. It's a monster. But you know, I've had a big Tahoe and I enjoyed it. Didn't have any problems. But the Fords I've had, I've just had issues with them and have never enjoyed them. So oops, forgot to turn that on. Oh, and then I'm not paying attention. I'm going somewhere that I don't need to be going. So unrealistic backing up down the road. Man, I want to fast track time so bad just to burn this haze off. It's ridiculous. Alright, so let's turn that back on. And we'll dial up field number 20. Got that in place. Alright. Trucker Man, you're more of an International Harvester guy. I like International Harvester when International Harvester was International Harvester and not Case. Which, y'all want to know honestly what my favorite vehicle is? I had a International Scout that was made by International Harvester, and it was sort of International Harvester's version of the of what was the Chevy Blazer or whatever. That was, I absolutely love. And you want to talk about an off-road vehicle that you couldn't stick? That thing was amazing. I never got stuck with it. I used it as a hunting vehicle all my life when I was younger, and man, that thing was great. Loved it. See you, Carson. Go play some Farm Sim. Enjoy yourself, man. Thanks for coming by. Moose, do I like Diggerwin? I don't really know that much about him. His name is actually Daggerwin. I don't know who Diggerwin is. But if you're talking about Daggerwin, I've watched a few of his videos, and that's about it. I don't watch that many streamers. I've got a few streamers that I watch, like, or a few Farm Sim guys that I watch that I've watched from the beginning, like before I even started doing stuff, which he's not one of them. So I don't have that, and now that I actually do my own stuff, I have so little time to sit around and watch other people's YouTube videos because I'm always constantly doing stuff. I don't think a lot of people realize how much time you have to put in to doing these streams, because not only is there the time to sit down and do the stream itself, but you've also got the behind the scenes time where you actually, like, you have to go do stuff to set things up so that you can actually do the video, especially on mod reviews. If you're going to do a mod review on a corn harvester and you don't have a field of corn set up, you got to go plant a field, get the field ready, and then once you get all of that done, you've got to, then you can shoot the video. And I've shot a 15-minute video that took 2.5 hours to set up. So yeah, a lot of times I don't have a lot of times I don't have the time to go out and watch other videos, just because I've got time invested in everything. So, and then like as soon as I finish this video, I'll take a little break, grab a little something to eat for dinner, and then I'll jump on another game and start playing another game and doing that game. So I don't have time to watch other videos. Yeah, that's no problem, Zombie. I knew who you were talking about, but then again, I just don't know sometimes if people are being facetious or if they're maybe somebody out there spoofing him or whatever, you know. So that's the reason I have to ask. But I don't know the guy. I've watched some of his videos, not a whole lot of them. But anybody who does this type of stuff, I have mad respect for them, especially if they do it on a daily basis, because I do know what kind of time and dedication it takes to put into it, to put out a video on a daily basis. Because if you have to, especially when you're doing the videos, because you've got to record the video, then you've got to take the time to edit the video, render it up, then actually upload it. So to put a 1 hour video up, you're using 3-4 hours of your time. So is the fields all corn? 3 of the fields are corn, 1 of the field is soybean. The plan is to harvest the corn with the forest harvester and do some BGA work, because we've yet to do any BGA work on this map. Hopefully we will do plenty of yield and get that into the BGA, and then we can get the $1.7 million that we need to buy field number 1. So I'm not really into vlogs, Kevin, so it's probably not something I'll do. All right, so that's done. Beast Gaming, hello. Mr. Fender, hello. How are you, sir? Good to see you again. It's been a while. Where is a Manchester map on website? American Eagles Modding is where you get Manchester from. You will have to create an account there to download. But that's where you get Manchester from, is American Eagles Modding. Alright, just want to pull over here and see how our grass is doing. Because, see what our moisture content's like, all that good stuff. We do need to put a little herbicide on it. Alright, so actually no, I put weed prevention on it yesterday. So soil moisture is a little bit dry, so we could use some water on it. But the rest of the nutrients are good. What is the growth state on this like? I wonder, because I haven't done grass in the soil mod, and I don't know what the growth rate on it is compared to. So it looks like it's on a 4-day cycle as well, where grass normally grows a bit faster than everything else, but we'll see. So it may be a couple of days before that's ready. And then of course you guys know I put manure down on it as a moisture additive. So that should be giving us 14% moisture every day. Well, we are a little bit dry on this field, so I'm going to go over and fill up and spray that with a little bit of water to put a little bit more moisture onto this field. Let's see. Gotta go. Thanks for coming by, Ryan. Appreciate you watching what you did. It's nice to have you around. Hope you come back. Like I said, tomorrow night we'll probably do some Fishing Planet stuff. Alright, so we'll run over here to the beef pen, and yeah, the last time I called you Mr. Fent when you were in here, Mr. Fender, because the texting was so small. That's one of the things that I did in doing this new layout. I went in and I've got a script running that blows up the text of the pop-out chat so I can actually read it. It's a lot larger for me on the screen that I'm reading, and then that is captured and put into the OBS so I can stream the text into the side panel there. So now I can actually read people's names for the most part. Some of it's still a little bit small, but for the most part I can see everybody's names, and it'll help me out because I was squinting to see people's names before. But yeah, so anyways, but yeah, good to have you back, sir. Have you ever got bored of Farm Sim 15? Yeah, I mean, there are times you can get tired out or burnt out on it, especially with the lack of mod support that's been out recently. So, but that's the reason I play a lot of different games. But and the reason you skip maps, you play a new map when you get tired of the map that you're on. But I will say this. What's kept me going in Farm Sim, I think, a lot is the fact that I did purchase a set of joysticks and got into the farming side of it. I did, or the forestry side of it. I didn't like the forestry thing that much beforehand, and I didn't like it that much beforehand, but now that I have the dual joysticks, I really enjoy the forestry aspect of it. So mixing it up and doing a little bit of forestry and then coming back to the ag keeps it fresh for me. I'm digging that. And look, I almost screwed up royally. And now I'm having fun, because I added in the steering wheel. The steering wheel's giving me a whole nother aspect to the game. So, it's little things like that that keep it fresh for me. I love the whole Farm Sim things. But now just it's another aspect of realism into the game. For me, it doesn't really translate for you guys so much, but it is got a little bit more realism in there for me. So but anyways, let's see, switch this over to water. There we go. Have you got a Challenger? Not really. I mean, he's part of American Eagles. So. Danny Henderson, hello. So I'm not sure how long this video has been going on. It's been on for a while, but I had to look in the time spent streaming and check that out. Well, I'm gonna try and get on a more regular schedule for streaming. It hasn't really been a priority of mine, but I'm trying to grow things and take that next step to do a little bit more and more and more, and so doing more consistent schedules on the live streaming thing. I've had a lot of issues with my internet being stupid, and so with them messing with me and not having steady internet, but I think maybe that is resolved, and if that is the case, then I will probably do more and more live streams, and I will try to get on a consistent schedule to where the live streaming is done on a regular basis. So it's my goal anyways. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Goofy, back up a little bit. Come back, come back, come back, come back. That's the button I was looking for. I knew I set that up somewhere. And massage that over a little bit. There we go. Where did I get my joysticks from? I'm pretty sure I purchased those off of eBay. Because you can get everything on eBay, right? YouTube used to give me an alert when you were streaming. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It seems like it's not doing it as much anymore. And maybe that's something they broke recently. I might do a little Google search and see if other people are seeing that. Because I'm not getting them when Landy streams or when Rubberside Down does it. I see their, you know, I see if I go to their channel, I see the window that says they're live. But I'm not getting an alert that says when they're live streaming, so... Colton, I just said I'd probably do some Fishing Planet tomorrow night. Where did Mr. Moose come from? It's a long, drawn-out story. Basically, I've been moose since I was in high school. Something that goes back to playing football. So that's where that comes from. And then I had several variations of moose. There was a along the way, and I was in radio. I used moose when I was in radio and everything else like that. And Mr. Moose kind of came out of all of that. So I've done it. It's been a nickname that I've had for a long time. Vince, do I play on Windchaser map? No, because there is not a legit version of Windchaser out. Joe will not release it, therefore nobody can actually play it. So, yeah. I mean, there is Windchaser out there, but it's a third generation theft, I'll say. Basically what that is somebody went out there and got their hands on a copy of Windchaser somehow when he was doing it, and they put it on the internet, and back when it was in beta, it's like version 0.08 is the version that's out there of Windchaser, and people have taken it and you know, the versions that are out there that are on mod sites are not Joe's version of it. They're somebody else's version of it, and where somebody has taken his and tried to make it work. If you notice on a lot of them, doors don't open, triggers don't work. So no, I don't play Windchaser because it's not an actual mod. It's not an actual functioning version of what the author's intent was for it. And as far as concerned, it's theft, and the people who continue to put it out are just thieves, you know. And I'm not going to play a map that isn't by the original author. So how often do I live stream? I'm going to try to go Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. It's going to be that's going to be what I shoot for. Alright, so that is done. Let's check where we're at stream-wise real quick. Hang on, guys. Let's see. 1:44. Got about 15 more minutes. Alright. I've been to Oklahoma a few times, yes. I used to have a job that made me travel all over the United States. So there's pretty much not a state that I haven't visited. I think Maine is the only state I've never been to. Rev Velvet, thanks for watching, man. Nice to have you along with me. I will see you again soon, sir. Dakota Springer, hello, sir. Welcome to the stream. Or ma'am. Whatever the case may be. Oh, looks like we got some fruit that can be harvested. Alright, so all our fields are now watered. They are good to go. Or fertilized. Whoa. Wrong button to hit there, buddy. Let's see. I live in Alabama, yes, correct. I think the next thing we're going to do on this farm is put in the lettuce mod and start doing some lettuce, using up some of that manure that we've got. So I got to do a little bit more reading too. Everything I learn about the soul mod seems to contradict each other. I think the only way I could figure things out is to actually try it. I sat here and told you guys the other day in a video that that when you did slurry, you could only get the benefits out of slurry and manure if you actually worked it into the fields, which is what I've read. But I'm watching Ian Robson do a video the other day, and he's got his plants already starting to grow up, and he takes and throw slurry onto them, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Everything I've read says that you can't do slurry into a field unless you work it in. You don't get any benefits out of it. So I'm gonna try and pick Ian's brain a little bit and see if I can get some information on slurry and manure from him. But everything I've read says one thing, but then I see him doing something completely different. And people have told me the same thing. They've said before, you know, like, I've had issues where I've read that you can only do such and such, but then I go and I can actually do it in game. So all right, so we'll back up here. And we'll lock that on. I'll go back that up and see if I can get the rest of the fruit off of it. There we go, good. Alright, so now we can spin around here and head over to the orchard, and we'll pull some fruit out of the orchard. But yeah, I think we'll try to find a place. I need to ride around and look, see if I can find a place to do the lettuce, and if I can't, I'll have to create a place in the editor for it. I think probably over here at the beef field there might be a good place to do it, which I wish I could do it at the main farm, because then I wouldn't have to haul the manure all over the place for it. But come to think about it, you don't have to do manure for the lettuce. It's just seed, fertilizer, water, and gasoline, so maybe putting it over here wouldn't be a bad idea. What kind of music do I like? I'm into just about everything other than hard rap. I mean, I like some rap, but I don't like all of it. But I like a lot of old country. I'm not a big fan on most of the new country. I like the old Merle Haggards and stuff like that. You know, 70s, 80s country, even some of the 90s country. Which is ironic because I worked in the country music field for a very long time. Where am I going? I'm not even paying attention, am I? I'm just driving around. Yeah, it's ironic because that's what I used to do. I actually worked in the music industry for a long time, in the country music scene. So I do have a mods list. If you look in the show notes, there's a link that says mods I use, and you can click on that and it will take you to that. And don't get me wrong, I like some of the new country. My thing is, I don't like all the slow, sad, sappy country music. I like good, just fun country music, you know? I like the stuff that's just, you know, upbeat, up-tempo, but not rock, you know? Yeah, the mods list is pretty up to date. There's still a few things that need to go on it. The mod from tonight and all that stuff isn't on there, but it will be eventually. Let's see what my yield is right now, what I'm pulling off here. 60% on these guys, so they weren't quite ripe, but I'd rather get the fruit off of them. It's harvesting time here as well. I actually did potatoes again today with my uncle. Did several hours of those, and did a very long potato thing yesterday. So, but we're just about done with the harvest on that. Peanuts are really starting to kick up now. I saw another set of people out starting to do peanuts this week, and they are hard at it. So it's that time of year. Just about everybody's finishing up their summer harvest and moving into their fall sets. Most people are like really wrapping up though, because most of it's already done. You know, we're on sweet potatoes right now. That's what we're digging, is sweet potatoes. And there we wait a little bit later for sweet potatoes to get them out of the ground than we do anything else. He tries to wait as long as he can before he starts pulling them. And they need time to set now to get the sugars to develop in them. But let's see, Truckerman. I actually have my own farm. I have a 40-acre farm that I do. As I've discussed before, it's a community outreach type farm. Where I grow enough stuff on there for my family, which it's too much for just my family, so we reach out to people in the community that are a little less fortunate, and we let them participate in the farming, help out around the farm with certain tasks that need to be done, and in return they get to you know, take some of the shares of some of the yield, and it helps their families out. But I also like give a lot of stuff to like the food bank here, through our church. You know, it's not uncommon for me to bring a bag of tomatoes to church, like a huge sack of tomatoes to the church, and just, you know, give them out to families because we have just way too much. Eggs are the same way. I give away a lot of eggs to people. But my uncle is a commercial farmer and owns a potato farm, and that is what he does for a living, is a commercial potato farmer. He does both white potatoes as well as does sweet potatoes. I do a lot of fruits. I do a lot of vegetables. And we were kind of discussing plants that we plant, like, you know, I do, my go-tos are corn, tomatoes, okra, cucumber, squash. I'll do a lot of your everyday vegetables, do a lot of beans, do some eggplant. I do all that stuff, grow that on a regular basis. And then in the winter I do a lot of greens. I'm getting ready to set up. The next thing I'm going to work on here in real life, I'm getting ready to set up a large aquaponics setup. And that's my next goal, because I want to make a float trough for lettuce. Lettuce is, you know, it gets real hot during the summer here and it's hard to manage. So I'm thinking I'm going to make a deep float type reservoir and float lettuce and do aquaponics with it, where I want to raise perch and tilapia, and then have the water from that feed into my garden system. And I'll have what I want to do is build a large enough setup to where I can float and do, you know, yield, you know, 200-300 heads of lettuce a week. If I can get that size of an operation running, that's something I want to try to do. And if I can get it right, I want to be able to do, so I can basically provide organic lettuce for my family, number one, but number two, to some of the restaurants around here. I've had some people not discuss it. If I could get it big enough of an operation, it would be cool to do. But I want to be able to do it off of, you know, aquaponics and not off of actual dirt farming. So that is something I'm working on, getting the setup completely right for it. Concrete's a little expensive, so to get the trough as big as I want to do it, and I've played around with it before. It's not something I'm new into. I've messed around with hydroponics before and grown a lot of stuff with hydroponics. I've grown a lot of stuff with aquaponics before, but I've never done it on a large scale. But it's something now that I have some extra property that I can set it up on. It's something I want to set up. So I've already found where to get my fingerlings from and all of that, and got all my pumps and pipes and things, working on the design for the trough for the water, so that it circulates, and make sure that everything is right. And when I get that done, then I'm gonna hopefully over the winter clear off the piece of property where I'm gonna put it and put that in place to do, like I said, to do lettuce, aquaponics style. If you've never seen aquaponics, it's really fascinating. And if you've never seen somebody work it, it's when it works, it's awesome. I mean, the whole aspect of the fact that the fish grow, and you take the fish water and you run it through into the garden. The plants get all the nutrients from the garden and they clean out the water, so that the water circulates back into the fish pond and the fish get the clean water from the plants. And it's a cool symbiotic relationship between the vegetation and the fish, and it's just really, really cool. And I've been a big fan of it for a long time, and I started off with a small little like balcony rig where I created a little balcony hydroponic rig. Then I did a little bit bigger rig in my basement for a while. Then I moved into doing the whole the IBC totes, where you can convert the IBC totes over, and you make part of your IBC tote as a fish pond, and then you make the other part of your IBC tote your grow bed. And I messed with that a little bit, and then I got into doing some gutters, where I turned gutters into floats where I could grow. Basically I have water running all the time to do vegetation like lettuce, but it doesn't work nearly as well as doing a deep pool. And that's what I want to get into next, is doing the deep pool system, where you have a floating raft that floats on top of the water and your lettuce is in it, and then and it grows on the raft, and it basically just floats on top of the water. Man, I'm telling you, it's a cool thing though. Big words aside. Alright, so we'll dump these off real quick. See if I can dump a few more of them into here. Alright, looks like that is unloaded, so we're good to go. And I'll just pull forward and drop this trailer. I can't drop it right there because it's on the trigger. And I think with that, I think we'll be done for this episode. Like I said, we'll probably, in the next version of Manchester, we'll probably work on, because we got a couple of days to kill before the harvest, we'll probably work on getting some greenhouses installed. I've got plenty of wool over here too that needs to go, so I need to haul that wool off to a sell point. So I need to get the trailer over here and get a fork attachment for the front loader, so I can load all that up and haul it off. So we'll probably do that in the next version. Why is that door open? Did I have a tractor slide forward? Very interesting. It does look like one of the tractors has moved forward on me, which I thought I had that situation fixed. Alright. Alright guys, well, I hope you've enjoyed the stream tonight. We should be coming up close on 2 hours of streaming, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So yeah, we're just a little bit over 2 hours of streaming, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this version of it and call it a night. But I appreciate you guys coming out and doing it again. Let me know what you guys think about the graphics on the overlay that's in the live stream now. If you're watching this as an archive, what do you think? Do you like the fact that the chat is up there for you to be able to see what the people are chatting about? You guys who are watching it, is it too much, or is it okay that you can still see what's going on in Farm Sim and the overlay isn't too intrusive? Just want to make sure I know from there before I keep building it out. But like I say, I think it'll be cool when it's done. If I can figure out all the camera stuff and everything else to put in a control cam, that would be cool. So Bye, no science. Thanks for coming out, gaming fanatics. Let's see, Danny, thanks for coming out tonight. Appreciate you being with me. Glad you enjoy it. I haven't seen anybody really say anything negative about it, so hopefully you guys like it and it's not too much. Yeah, that's my biggest concern when I started laying it out was I don't want it to be too intrusive and too much. But at the same time, I think it will kill a lot of birds. I think it will help out a lot in the archives with people watching the archives because, like, you know, I get 30, 40, 50 people watch the stream at any given time, but I get hundreds of people watch the archives. So, Trucker Man, thanks for coming out, man. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. Nicholas, thanks for coming out and watching. Appreciate it. I'll give it about a minute or so and then we'll start to kill it. George, got here too late. I like the info tabs you have set up there. Catch you on the next stream. Sorry I missed it tonight. No problem, man. George, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to try to keep the times consistent and be around 7 o'clock Central Time. Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday is what I'm going to shoot for. And for now, I think that'll be good. And I'll see how that goes on my usage on my my bandwidth because I am capped at so many gig per month. If I have to, I'll upgrade. But it looks like my internet has gotten stabilized quite a bit after my last threat to rip the cable down outside. They seem to have done some work on it, so hopefully it's fixed. So you've got Farming Sim on the Xbox version. Yeah, man, I do, like I said, I game on PC. There's a lot more you can do on PC, including being able to mod the game that you can't do on an Xbox. So all right, just a few more minutes and then I will wrap this stream up. Again, thanks for watching tonight, everybody. And we will, like I said, we'll be back tomorrow night. Probably going to do Fishing Planet tomorrow night for a couple hours and just do that. Threatening to leave never seems to work with a cable company because they know they've got you over a barrel. Threatening to destroy their equipment, that usually works. The 2 times I've ever gotten anything done with them was one, I had so many modem disconnects when I was in Nashville that I threatened to throw the modem out into the middle of the street. And, you know, I was just like, look, I've had to call y'all every day for the past 2 weeks and I'm tired of it. I'm going to throw the modem out in the street and you guys can come pick it up. And they came out the next day and fixed everything. And this time my threat was to go hook the cable line to the back of my pickup truck and just drive down the road and see how many homes were without cable for a few days. And that seemed to have got it fixed, you know. Next day they had a line crew out here and everything got corrected. So, Wyatt, hello. Let's see. Mont time is 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific time would be Eastern time would be 9 or 7. No, my time is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Eastern time would be 8 p.m. Pacific time would be 5. I'm 2 hours ahead of the Pacific. I'm 1 hour behind Eastern Standard. I'm pretty good, Wyatt. Just wrapping up for the evening. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Thanks a lot for watching the stream. I'm going to be killing it here in just a few minutes. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching. As always, if you like the video, if you're watching the archive, you like the video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Try to do a new video every day. And like I said, I'm trying to get to where I stream 3 times a week. So thanks again for watching, guys. Y'all have a great day.